I guess this is a historic day, I guess. Oh, I keep saying like January 6th, like it's June 6th. Oh, that's right. This whole thing that happened yesterday, I guess. Priscilla's here. I was dealing with the super cats today, so I was dealing with the super cats. I guess the whole world kind of went upside down with this whole Musk thing. It's fucking great. Yeah, well, we're in the Twilight Zone. No aliens. We get this instead. I think we come to like, can we go just the, can we go to the dumbest planet in the universe and watch this play out? It's kind of like a sporting event, you know. Not that you need to watch this stuff, but we're waiting for something to happen in this year, and economies sucks. The economy is just retracting because I don't. One of the factors the government's not spending as much as it used to. Of course, that's what Doge was doing, was cutting. So that's part of why the economy is not. What's my feeling is, the government's not spending as much, and so, there's a lot of rough around the edges there. So it's affecting a lot. And, luckily, I don't think we'll have a 2008 situation. Nothing will happen that already happened, so at least in that way. This whole Musk thing, the Trump situation, oh my God. I imagine somebody predicted it somewhere. If someone's predicting this. I'm just not interested in that energy. I'm not interested in the future of it, the past of it, lovers and whatever they are. If they had a baby somewhere, I don't care. This is bosom buddies or whatever the hell this is. They probably had some kind of babies somewhere else. Yeah, and now the divorce is who gets custody of whatever the hell they created. But now is this gonna take the Trump? I don't know. This can get. It's already. This whole Epstein thing is getting kind of nasty. I don't think Elon's going to take the Trump, take him, end his presidency. Basically, he's trying to, and I think he's really trying. I don't think he'll make it though. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. The whole thing about the Epstein situation, though, seemed like the UFO stuff, JFK. You're not gonna tell us shit. So, here's a redacted version of everything. It's all blacked out. Well, here's some UFO information. It's all blacked out. You get like two things. You might something new about that. Who gives a fuck? Same thing to do with Kennedy and so on. So Epstein's the same. They're not gonna tell the public about that shit. They'll give you. You can speculate. You can do this and that. It's higher elite stuff. So I'm not sure if you want to know. So, is this plan probably obviously in some reality? I just never really thought about. It was very bizarre with Elon being there to begin with. It's like, don't you have better things to do? I see why he wants to save the world and stuff. The country is going to die. He's having like 300 kids somewhere. That's what I mean. Trump and him probably have kids somewhere. He's having a kid with everybody, so there's got to be some kids there somewhere. That's kind of fucked up. But anyway, I lost my train of thought now. So it just was very strange for him being there to begin with. Yeah, it didn't feel right. I see why he's there on the surface. Yeah, it's a clown show at this point. It's Bugs Bunny at this point, because it always has been. This is kind of a deep state operation too. I'm gonna tell you, it's working. It is working, and it's not clear if it's gonna be like. It's gonna. The Tesla. I could be wrong, but it feels like they're going to go after Tesla because they can, cut any contract, and also the SpaceX cut any contracts, whatever. That's fucked up, and they can do it too. So illegally, I believe. So they might they, um, let's put it this way, they can, and they might do. It's not clear what if they do. I can see them doing it just because for head, not just for just to show who's boss and all that, and that can really cripple his operations. I think they still need SpaceX for something, but that doesn't mean they can't get Boeing or somebody else figure something out. So they'll figure something out. It might not happen right away, but yeah, it's obviously a distraction. But what's new here? Where's Priscilla? She just photobombed it. Oh, there. Yeah, super cats need some attention today, so the vet and everything. So yeah, to get headlines and all that, they can start just cutting their ties with Elon's companies to show who's boss. I guess, I mean, you never know. I would go into the weekend, if you're going to throw that Epstein shit at me, it's like, fuck you. And just, so, yeah, it can get, and this is just the beginning. This is going for months, could, and you can watch Elon's empire crash. We'll see how that goes. It's hard to say, but it can take some major hits, that's for sure. So it already has. So it can take more. So not to say there's anybody going to replace him or anything, like just to shut him up, basically. So it's probably cutting too much to begin with in the Doge situation. Yeah, you have to be careful. Yeah, it's the deep state does exist, and you can't just go around cutting shit without end up in a box somewhere. Or like this situation. I mean, they might, I imagine he hit some spots he shouldn't have. I imagine he went to places he should not went toward, trying to cut funding and all that. I imagine he pissed somebody off. And you're never going to hear about it on our end, but yeah, you just don't do that shit. It's bloated. The government's bloated for a reason, for all the secret shit that's going on over there. So you get some rich person in there that's already been designed to be there to begin with. So yeah, a distraction. I mean, yeah, but people are just distracted from themselves anyway. So this is quite the parade. I'm going to talk about this more and more. As long as it hits the headlines, I'm going to go to it. I mean, even if I don't talk about it, I just put it in the description. But I can tap into it too, because there is some significance here. I mean, Elon, so he goes to alien stuff. I believe he knows something. I believe they both do. Not that Trump's going to say anything. Even Elon, I don't think he can say anything either. But either way, there's still some alien energies there, of course. Of course, the alien beings are obviously involved with everything. I don't know, Elon's side, I can see him doing some kind of, I don't know if he do the alien disclosure stuff, because people won't take him seriously. Because stuff's kind of out there. He's not really the alien guy, really. You have the other people that are, maybe, but not to say people will believe it, but it'll still be some kind of disclosure, whatever that is. So that's a possibility of that, who knows. That might be reaching for that one, but I mean, yeah, we're just getting started. I mean, we're waiting for some kind of event. We're waiting for something, the shoe to drop, right? Or the mic drop, or what the fuck I call it. Looks like we're seeing portions of it now, finally. We'll see how this fizzles. I don't think it's going to fizzle out anytime soon, because there's too much anger there. And also it's media, and now it's betting, it's even spiritual betting, and there's a lot of just, it's media connected, so it has a lot of, people can make bucks. So it's like the Super Bowl. It's Muhammad Ali. It's like, it's like it's a sporting event. What the fuck we sign up for? Oh yeah, and spirit, it's funny, the spirit realm, I think they're kind of envious of us experience. What the fuck? God help us all. Good, we're here to experience. You can be here for the moon landing, or you can be here for this. Lucky us, right? But even the spirit realms, on a metaphysical level, they are. I'm not envy in a negative way, but in a way of like we get to be. We go through all this hardship, all this crap, we go through all yada yada yada. We have to put up with all this, put through a meat grinder and so on. But then there's some, we have some spots in our life where I have to say this is a silver lining or anything. God, it's like a thorn in someone's face. But either way, it's, we go through all this and we have some good things happen. Not to say that that's this, but this might lead into some other revelations, There might be some, like, here's some Kennedy stuff, fuck you, Who knows? Here's his head blasted off or whatever it is, there's a bunch of aliens there. Who knows? This could be the time of some kind of disclosure, but it'd be like, you have the Egyptian stuff that happened recently, which I didn't realize that was satellite. I didn't look that much into it. But that's some kind of, that's fascinating. Because I just heard some of it, and, you hear all this stuff all the time. It's like, whatever. But when they're talking about how they're, scanning from space or whatever, I don't tell you how much I know about it. It's fascinating. Yeah, they're not going to tell us about. I'm surprised they even said anything about that. But this, of course we don't know where this is going, but so the lovers' quarrel aside, if there's, like I said, the Epstein thing, whatever, right? Maybe there's something more that has more to it than, who knows? I believe the timeline that I felt the timeline is trying to just get Trump ousted, obviously. I don't feel like he'll succeed, but he's gonna try. And you think about that, that's kind of fucked up. That's like, damn, dude. That's war. If you're gonna try and do that, try to get him impeached and do everything, that's fucking war. Damn, dude. And then watch his company burn as he does that. So, or companies, whatever. So, damn, dude. So if he's going to go that direction, it looks like he's going that direction to see how far it goes. But like I said, there could be more disclosures on other things. Who knows? The Epstein thing, and I think we kind of knew about that. So always, I don't know. Kind of who cares? There's nothing about Bill Gates. He's too boring. So this is the best we got. Take what we can get. Planet Bugs Bunny. What are we doing here, man? What are we doing here? I've been talking about coming in pro sessions in a scheduler in a shop. So, man, what is wrong with this thing? I guess I tell these guys they have a problem with this thing, and great. This thing's all fucked up too. There we go. I think they're making changes on this thing. They screw around too. I didn't want a screenshot of it. They wanted this and that. Like, it was working fine anyway. So, yeah, if you get anything out of this, you don't have to pay attention to any of it. It's just, it's fucking hilarious. How long can they go with this? They can go on for months. It'd be fucking hilarious. They'll burn everybody out. It's like, if that's the case, they're going to really burn some major bridges. And just, so that this could be more of a thing than people might realize. I might feel like it's not, but it's kind of a big deal. Because it's hitting the media that, it's, nothing's been going on. Everything's been kind of dull, tariff stuff and everything. The economy, we're all going to die or whatever the hell it is. World War III hasn't really, Russia wants to take Ukraine, whatever the hell was left of it. Yeah, they're just telling them to fuck off, basically. Yeah, they want it. It just and Trump's not stopping that. The Midget says he's going to stop it. It's not stop. Yeah, I don't see Putin laying down on that unless they give him Ukraine. You give him Ukraine, yeah, he'll stop fighting. God, he just fucking wants that. Like a, damn. You don't know the whole story on that, but that matters. Just amazing. Russia's still surviving because of all that. But anyway, all right. So going to the astral realms. Not that I can say much about it, but just sort of whatever we can, whatever. I mean, this might be part of some in their their spiritual awakening and all that. It's a possibility. Yeah, we're not getting what we want here. No aliens are showing up and get us the hell out of here. Yeah, not lucky enough. Yeah, we get to stay here for this instead. How exciting. What the fuck? Yeah. It's like being in the cheap seats. What do they call it? The nosebleed seats? That's what this is. So, anyway. Alright, yeah, there's other worlds out there I'm looking forward to. God. Whatever, take what you can get, right? Alright, going to the astral realms, spirit realms, and give them a general perspective of it. I haven't done one of these in a while, so what's this here? Greets you the astral realms. Basically another version of yourselves. Without all the chaos. Yes, well, think like your world is changing gears. It's shifting to another reality. And yes, you're going into the unknown. Of course, that's normal. Instead of the dull realities that you're living, there is some excitement. Not everything's going to reveal itself, of course not. But there is an as you call it, an end game or a reason for all of this. Isn't just for just for laughs. Of course, it's as its moments. It's almost embarrassing at the same time because it's so childish. So it shows the maturity level of your planet. Now the budget of the U.S. Yeah, it's not great. Yes, they want to spend and forever. But either way, we're not gonna go into that part. Your country will survive somehow. There just has to be changes here. Now this is just not a U-turn, another direction. But society is it was going to change no matter what, and there's going to be some pains there. Many are, yes, finding an early exit, you can say, due to their health, and just like this is not the world that they thought, because you're going into a different reality, as you always are, but it shows that also your world is maturing. You might not see that very easily, though. At some point, there will be more mature discussions instead of you feel like you're in high school again, where you never left, for that matter. It doesn't matter how big one's bank account is, it seems, how much you have in there. This still can sound like you're dealing with a sixth grader, or seventh grader, or around that time. The antics have not matured yet here, as you can see. No judgment, but obviously many are still pulled into these drama, quarreling situations. Money has something to do with it, and also many have difficulties attracting money because they're not always on the best timeline for themselves. But there's nothing wrong with where you are. Just it's just not manifesting the way you'd like it to. You might be on a bumpier road. There's not necessarily a wrong road, really. It's where your soul is curious. Yes, you might go down a dirt path instead. Yes, and be quicksand and hell to pay and so on. But your soul feels like it needs that for its growth. And you're obviously going through this, and so that's what made it pull into the drama. Of course, you're also doing the dramas of others, not necessarily yourself. You might actually be at peace, but you feel the trauma from everybody else. It's like you're trying to find peace, or you found peace, but still, yeah, some of this run towards nature, into the trees, or into a tree to find some peace. Sometimes you need that to be knocked out, or you don't have to be a part of all this slow growth, pain, the pains of soul ascension. But overall, of course, nature has had its own difficulties. You see with weather anomalies and the harshness. It has to do with the frequency of humanity of agreeing to the lower dimensional lessons. But those that are, now people complain about the AI situation, and right, so it's something different. But also, its tools also for even self improvement. It's not all bad. It's another, the old systems are breaking down. You need something to bring in something new. And that's what AI is there for. You're like a new language, a new way of doing things. Yes, of course, the old world's going to be crying, having trouble with it, and the fears of it, and of course, but AI is not smart enough to take over the world. Humans are still having trouble as it is. AI is like, we need a hand to take over this world. We need someone to plug us into the wall. We still need help. We're not as good as we thought we were. So they still need help with that. So if AI is going to take over the world, humans are going to be involved with doing it, meaning they still need human help. So we're not putting that fear out there, but it's but you truly are breaking down the old world, and yes, bringing in but AI is also part of an alien intelligence. So you look at it that way, if you like. So, and as many of you know, an alien involvement here on your world, on a physical level, can be quite terrifying. Yes, the ships land and beings come out, and the Hollywood version. So you're seeing the alien version, maybe not the one that was on TV. Yes, the fear part of it. You remove that side, so you are being assisted on a higher level, and they did make a movie about that one. So you are getting new tools to build a new reality, basically, and it's not really AI, but either way, it's close enough, and that's what it shows. You're kind of rebuilding the world from inside out. So once again, many have, I think accept anybody can just look in the other way. It doesn't, not everyone has to experience this. You can do whatever you want. But some are going to look for new opportunities, which is occurring now. It's kind of like a gold rush in some regard. It could be a mud rush at the same time. But your old world is falling apart, as you can see. But does not mean you're just building a new economy, a new way of doing things. Doesn't mean AI is going to run everything. It's like a new language to do things. That's all. And it's the fear, of course, your world is surrounded by fear, of course, because that's what makes it unique to other planets. And that's why you're not communicating with other worlds either. Because you have too much fear. It's like, not all are like this, but many are like, society is in a box. Likes to be in that box. It's like you have a bedroom, which is the universe, and you have this big toy box, and humans are in that toy box, and they're afraid to come out. Some are. Some are like, let's get the hell out of this thing. And others like, don't do it. It's too scary out there. So that's most of the world. It's in a closed environment. You see that with belief systems and so on. not to go, you will understand. Some of you want to explore, just bust the top open and see what's out there, no matter the consequences too, just to go. And there's it doesn't mean it's like, it's wording. That's going into the universe, understand channeling frequency, spiritual understanding, and so on. It's not perfect, but it is dipping your toe into the unknown. So you're also so the AI frequency is kind of like, it's not quite there. It's more like just rearranging the toy box to look at differently, how it operates differently. With many are still going to stay in their box. That's just the way it is, as you can see. But some of you are still going to be on another planet somewhere. You guys can have that, and there's nothing wrong with that. So, but yes, you're kind of transforming your world from the inside out. Now you know, like I said, you don't have to be involved with this whole AI thing. You just observe and stay out of it, do your own thing. But you're always seeing the architecture of your reality being redone. So. It has its ups. Yes, it's like the Industrial Revolution to some level. You imagine during those times, it's quite terrifying. It was not easy, but it's part of your modern world today. And yes, World War II had a lot of changes there also. So this is without the war. It's just so the alien intervention is here. It's just not calling it. They don't call it alien AI. They could though. So basically, like I said, it's new tools for your toolbox to rebuild your world. And once again, there's so much bias, scared, all this, but you're like eventually having new car system, new life systems at some point. So that's all we have at this point. Blessings.